was so nervous to start the filming, because it was such a big project and something so like important and so meaningful, that I put a load of pressure on myself to make sure that it was good, to make sure that it was right. I'd spent all this time preparing and getting ready for this point. All the writing, all the scheduling, all the planning, everything leading up to the first day of filming. And the night before, I was just in a state. I did not want to do it. I got there on the first morning. I told Dad, I said, you know how the whole idea of this first year on the course is to work out kind of what you want to do in. I don't want to go into directing narratives. I know this is one of them crossed off. Don't I can't do this.
Yeah, I'll stop now.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, it was obvious that it was a big endeavour for him, but he didn't make it everybody else's problem. It was obvious that he was a little, unsure sometimes, and obvious that he was a little anxious sometimes, but we kept going nonetheless, and so it went pretty smoothly.
Look at these, you've got one somewhere. Look at that. I'm Michael Harrison. Yeah, that is you.
What are you doing that for?
I don't know. I think partly because I'd been so ambitious to make such a huge film that meant so much to me that it had to be perfect. It couldn't be bad. I don't know what I'd have done if it hadn't gone well, which was probably an unnecessary amount of pressure to put on myself for my first film, but looking back, I'm glad I did. Bathroom scene to film first, and then a couple of shots around corridors and in the car park, and then one little scene where she comes in late to work, runs in through the door. I'm going to use one of the engineering buildings for the door, I think.
Okay.
And then a tiny bit of the last scene, and then that's it. So it shouldn't take too long today.
Sounds very achievable. Should we go over and get set up, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so glad that Sam agreed to assistant director. I love working with Sam. He's such a funny guy, great friend, and so kind of creatively minded. He's got a very, very interesting and unique vision, and a really interesting way of expressing it. So having someone to kind of stand alongside me during the film and just add to my decisions, reassure me when I'm right, tell me I'm wrong when I'm wrong. It was obvious Sam would be that person, and on the first day I was definitely glad to have him there, because he's just a vibes guy. He's just however nervous I was and however lacking I was in whatever area, he just made up for it and made it such an enjoyable environment, which was nice. So I was very glad that he had agreed to help me out.
So I'm being an assistant director. I don't really know what they do, but I'm in the key contacts here, right there. So people can email me and or ring me about, I don't know. So yeah.
Thank you.
Email me.
This is your lanyard from the picture. Got yours and yours. Sam, you've got yours. Everyone arriving, all the people that I knew and saw on a day-to-day basis, people like Eloise and Sam and Anthony, was reassuring, because it kind of, the week before the filming had kind of been very intense on me in terms of like panicking, how am I going to get this like 40-page script filmed in 4 days, and then everyone kind of arriving put it into reality and thought, these people are here to help me and support me with this. So it was quite nice and quite, I don't know, maybe put me a little bit at ease.
Towards the start it was very tense, quite unsure, because a lot of us had never done something like that before. We were just trying to see what it'd be like, and the mood very quickly became very excited when we realised not only is the actor fantastic, but also Charlie's ideas are very detailed. I mean, the script is very, very long, and it, for me at least, the unsure sort of feeling and the nervousness really quite quickly dissipated.
I think in the next shot after that, it's just the height
Right, so there is no entrance. That's fine. I mean, that.
I think it's better.
Yeah,
it's better
I would
without.
agree that. Yeah. Does she? Do you want any like mirror action? Her looking at herself, or what? Would that fit in at any point?
She comes in, goes and locks herself in a cubicle, and then kind of has a cry. I'm hoping she's going to be alright acting.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I wouldn't have wanted to start with this scene,
Yeah.
but
Right. It's a bit
I
full on.
can't get the office or the flat until.
Yeah.
Running up to filming, I was really nervous because I'd never acted on this scale before. I've only done stage shows, which is extremely different. They are directed, edited, lit, produced, filmed in completely different ways than stage shows. But I was also really excited. And I think the excitement outweighed the nervousness, but I was always like saying, guys, I'm like filming next week, we've got 3 days. I was so excited to do it because I knew it was going to be such a good experience, and it was. I had such a fun time.
And then that's kind of all we can get done here,
Okay.
because then it's
Do you want to show me where you're going
back to the
to
office.
put the camera and stuff?
Yeah.
Is this all right, by the way?
I've taken all the post-its and stuff down, all the college stuff.
Okay.
So now the first scene we filmed was the bathroom scene, which wouldn't have been my choice of scene to start with, we'll put it that way, because of scheduling and getting locations and stuff. It was kind of one of the few things we could do on the first day, which meant it just had to happen. But it wasn't a great first one to go with. It was kind of not a very interesting location and a really, really heavy scene, especially for Sage coming and acting. The first scene that she had to kind of perform was probably one of the most heavily taxing ones in the film, which obviously we were all prepared for. We'd scheduled to do this scene first, but it still wasn't ideal.
Erin leaves the cubicle, walks over to the sink and starts splashing her face with water. She gazes at herself in the mirror, breathing lightly as she looks at the state she's got herself in. Wide shot parallel with mirror. She rubs her face again slowly, remaining head in hands for a while, then walks back to the office. The camera remains handheld as it follows her to her desk. Okay.
And then we'll do, if you're comfortable doing the kind of action of it a couple times, we'll do like a top-down coverage and like a wide from here, and then the rest of the scene can follow as inserts coming out and a pan across, and then a shot in the mirror, a shot from the side, and then that should be all sorted for this scene.
Okay, so I like come in and I do this bit, but I don't go straight out here.
No, we'll do this bit as coverage, and then we'll
Okay.
get the coming out bit after.
Starting with the bathroom scene was... I don't know the word. It's quite a heavy scene, and it's quite an emotional scene, and I was a bit embarrassed at first when I saw that that's the very first scene we're shooting. I was like, oh, that's going to be awkward and embarrassing. But we did the first shot, and all of that went away, and I was not embarrassed, I was not nervous, I was not awkward anymore. And I think it ended up, I am happy with how it went. But no, it was really awkward.
It's such a good feeling, right, when you do take one, scene one, take one. Here we go.
Scene 15. So,
Oh,
yeah. Okay, can we do that one more time? But after a little while, that's good. After a little while, lift your head up so we can see that.
Okay, just like look like at you.
Just
like up a
and
bit.
just like take a breath. And
Okay.
so we've got a bit of variation. Can we do take
Yeah.
it in that?
Just practice that head movement then, Charlie, so you
Yeah.
know
Okay, can you just lift your head up? Okay, and back down again. Great, thank you very much. My nerves got a lot better after the first shot, to be fair. Getting the first shot done, it kind of felt less of this extreme idea, this kind of hope that we were going to make something happen, and more that, right, this is it, we're doing it now, it's happening. It definitely made me less nervous. Cut.
So
I was grateful for Dan being there as well, my kind of tutor. He was there for 2 of the days of filming. On the office day, he was an extra and was just filling up the office. But on the first day, he didn't have any appearances in the film. He was just there to sort out the equipment at the beginning and then just to help out and just make sure everything was going okay, which was I'm so grateful for that. He gave up like days of his holiday to come and do that for the film, which I could never have expected from anyone, but he did. And it was nice to be able to talk. It was nice to be able to say my ideas to someone a lot more skilled than me, who has done this a lot more times than I have. There's a lot more experience, and just again kind of double check with other people what I was doing and be able to relax a bit more, knowing that there are people there that will support if stuff goes terribly wrong.
How do you feel about it?
Oh, right. I was really nervous about it because I was saying to my mum, I was like, it's a really awkward one to start on. It's like a really awkward first impression, isn't it?
You did so well.
It's
really good.
Great first impression.
Thanks. Where did that go?
Is that it for today then?
She's there.
Oh.
No, so there's a couple of inserts for the montage of like the car door closing.
Right.
And so there's going to be the shot where on the day where she's coming to work late, and so getting out of the car and like I'm going to do that gimbal running into the building. So it's a very, very weird combo to do in one day, but that's kind of all we can get done, I think.
I think it's a good first day though, because I mean it's an important scene, but also quite a short
Quite
scene.
a light.
And yeah,
light.
And plus, like, it seems to have just gone so easily for you. So
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good way to start.
Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow
Thanks.
is really, really good. So you're there, you open the door, scramble to get out, go and stand there, and then you're like, and then you go and run back in, grab some gum, and then you're off.
I just off that way.
Yeah.
Just run away.
Yeah, I'll keep the camera on there, so you'll be out.
Okay.
I was glad that we kind of scheduled it how we did. The first day was quite light, and although the bathroom scene was quite a difficult one and quite taxing on Sage's performance, it's a fairly short scene, no dialogue, just short action, in and out, done. And then we had some bit more light-hearted, some kind of inserts in the car park for the montages, and the scene where she arrives late to work. It was good to start with a small list of scenes for the day, because it meant we could kind of relax a little bit more, get into a flow, get used to working with everyone, and not be incredibly rushed, not have like an insane list of stuff we have to get ticks off. Because the next day was definitely a day where we had to get everything ticked off. Cut.
Can you see us in the reflection of the car?
No, I got your mic got in.
Yeah, I thought I might have done.
No, the reflections are fine.
Oh. Do you want to redo that then without the mic?
Yes, please. It's Eloise's fault, she got the mic in.
It's not my fault. I didn't know the car was moving.
This is insane. I'm actually such an idiot for doing this.
What have you done?
Just decided to make a film that's gonna
Oh,
be.
I thought you
I'm
maybe
just
done
thinking-
something wrong
Just
there.
thinking about everything that's gonna happen tomorrow. I can't even tell if I focus. The running shot is one of my favourite shots in the whole film. I decided to do a one-take shot from as she's out of the car door, running round the building, in through the doors, and then up some stairs. Just because the location was really kind of well equipped for that. It was nicely laid out, looked very kind of modern and sleek. So we were able to show that off from lots of different angles. And I really like gimbal work. It's one of my stronger points in cinematography. I feel like I'm quite a good gimbal operator, and I wanted to kind of push myself to do something quite difficult. I think it's an almost 20-second long shot. Just make sure you're a little bit further back, because you're just clipping into the frame a little bit. Action. Oh my god, Eloise! Eloise, look at this.
Am I completely
The
in?
shot looks sick, but...
That looks so. Oh no!
I know, it's the reflection I might be able to do something about. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's really awful. It gets fine there, it's just the beginning. You're completely in it.
Okay, I'll go like behind you
Look at
instead
this,
of
look at
behind
this.
her. Okay, if I stand behind you.
The main thing was the reflections. After 3 or 4 takes, we realised it was very difficult to get the angles right without mine and Eloise's reflections showing up in the shot, because it's this huge like glass building full of windows. You'd think it would have been obvious. Oh, I know what we can do. We'll do the shot running round this corner here and down here, and then we'll cut to like this, coming round this corner and in, as if this corner leads to there. It'll work, trust me. Trust me.
Okay, I have no clue what you're talking about, but we'll do it.
Look at, wait.
Do you see around this side here? Because
Look, this is the beginning. Eloise just gets completely in it there. But then look at this, look how sick that looks.
that looks great.
And then there, you just see us all
Come
running.
around the front for that bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, that's fine, that's fine.
Or behind, I guess.
Right,
and then,
so can you two be in front of me then? Because as it gets to that bit, I'll go like this.
do you want me to be around that corner? I'll scan the door so they're ready and open for you to go through.
Do you want me to follow you again?
That would be good, yeah. I don't know how you're going to time it, but...
Or, yeah, I'll go like that. Yeah, follow around. So she starts to try and walk like a bit more professional as she gets to the thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you can maybe shout now, and I'll go. How long does it take? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, God, quite a long
But then I
time.
get that way of college out.
You see this, do you?
Well, if I'm coming in like this, then yes.
No, because you can go.
See, before I was coming from this angle, so I'm going to have to like pan across there and follow in, but you're still going to catch it, aren't you?
So you're going in front.
So I'm in front
What?
like this.
Yeah, so you can just come round like this, carrying on backwards, no?
Oh yeah, actually yeah, that's great.
Let's try that then. So if you go from, if I stand and watch from here,
Yeah.
How am I?
go at full pace from there.
How are we not going to get in?
And it would have been possible, there were kind of tight angles you could get to avoid the reflections being in, but running at a pretty decent speed, Sage was a credit to herself. The first take we did, she said, oh, I'm wearing heels, so like I might not be that fast, don't worry. And then zoomed off, and me and Eloise were trying to keep up. And at that speed, you know, I was lucky to even get much of a glance at the viewfinder, let alone be able to adjust the framing of the shot to the precision you'd need to avoid the reflections. And then Dan suggested that we just, as soon as we get to the window, circle around in front, which made the movement more complicated because I had to move alongside Sage, then overtake her while keeping her in frame, and then jump in front and then have the camera pointing and going backwards, which was in some ways more difficult but in some ways easier, because as long as she was in the frame I was happy with it. We didn't have to worry about the reflections because we were parallel to the windows. That bit's fine.
That's really
Gets
good.
out the
I love
reflections.
that.
And then Eloise there.
Yeah, so by the time Charlie gets to this bit here, you need to run behind the
You
camera.
know what? You know what? If you want to just dive into that bit where Anthony is, once we're inside, I think camera audio is going to be good enough without
sure?
any wind. Just for the footsteps up the
Because
stairs.
the audio on here, I've got the levels really high to hear the footsteps over the wind. So then by the time we get in here, it'll be, you'll hear us breathing
Yeah.
the whole time because it's so quiet in here
Just
compared
dive
to
out
there.
to where Anthony is.
Yeah.
This is so much fun actually.
That was great. I love that.
I
shot.
love gimbal stuff. It's so fun.
Filming the running scene on the first day was very entertaining. I think it was quite annoying. It did take us a while, but it was very funny to do. I think we started with a very heavy scene
and went straight to that one. So for all of the crew, and we only had one cast member there that day, I think it was quite enjoyable. I enjoyed it. It was very like tedious, I think is the word. The problem with it was having to hold the boom pole and the H5 and like we had a very long cable. It was quite difficult to keep track of while sprinting as quick as I can around the corner. A lot of the time it was then difficult to focus on that. There was like a stop sign and parking bollards and things in the way. To focus on those and on not getting the shot and what the camera's doing at the same time was quite difficult. So a lot of the time I was in frame. I think we did 15 takes in the end.
Huh?
I'm the human doorstop.
So we got this new movement down, managed to get the camera in front of stage all the way into the door, and then as she turns into the staircase, move behind her. And then we just kept getting Eloise in every single shot. Bless her, I was making her run 15 takes at a time, trying to get the sound of the footsteps isolated. We finally got a system sorted where Eloise could kind of dive out of the way as we moved into the building. And then we did a take that was going really well, and then I knocked the gimbal with my shoulder and it just lost balance completely. Unusable take.
We used to all be very coordinated, like with what we're doing. We had Dan there to open the door, run around the corner and hide so that it was open as she came running through. And then we had to wait in the foyer while someone held the door and they could run upstairs. There was a lot of takes where I at one point my shoe fell off as we were running, and we had to redo it. And just random things going wrong that it was quite funny to everyone. I think everyone enjoyed it, and it was good for like the first day of filming, getting to know everyone that way.
I'm in it again.
Did you get in it again?
I think so. I dove out there instead of over there because I thought it'd be easier because I don't have to cross Charlie. But then when she walks in, I think I'm in this frame every time. Am I in it again?
Yes, you're in it again.
So, I thought you said dive out anywhere, so I thought I'd just go there.
What happened?
My shoe fell off.
You were in it that time, Eloise.
I know, because I couldn't keep up because my shoe fell off. So
What do you think? Are you happy with the other one?
Apart from when she goes out of frame, yeah.
This is where we see
The framing's so
that
much
Charlie is a
better on this one.
perfectionist. He's going to do one more, that's my bet.
It's just there.
Eloise.
And
So
it's with the...
Just deep fake her out.
That was almost perfect.
That was...
oh, my foot
I
really
think one more, you got it.
You've got to do it. You've got to do one
But I
more.
couldn't
Yeah.
keep up. So
After all this, we have to get it right.
I'll get an angle from over there this time.
Okay, leave Sam if you want.
Do you think I can match up the footsteps from all the others? There's like,
Okay.
we'll fix it in post, everything will be fine.
Okay, Charlie.
Every single time we finished that staircase bit and I said cut, we all came around the camera, watched it, then there'd be a new thing that was wrong with it and we'd have to do it again, because by that point it was worth trying to keep going and make the shot perfect, because it would be wasted effort otherwise.
A penny for every time one of Eloise's shoes flew off during pursuit of something for media. I had 2 pennies. Yeah. Which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happens twice.
DM'd one of my friends who DM'd me and said, hey, this film's happening, do you want to be part of it? And I was like, why not? So I sent in my audition tape, and then Amelia DM'd me back and was like, hey, we want you for the part. And I was like, fantastic. And today's been very good, I think. It's been going very well. My feet hurt.
And then finally we got a good take, and I'm so happy with it. It's probably my favourite shot in the film. It was so much fun to film. I love doing gimbal operated work. Eventually what we did was I filmed a shot and we didn't have a sound operator for this bit, and I took the audio from all the other takes we'd done and cut out the footsteps and placed them in manually to time with each footstep, which was painful, but not as painful as it would have been to keep going and try and coordinate everyone to make the take happen.
Do you not want me to get any of this action going on?
I want you to stop, actually.
Not this again.
Should we pack up then? Yeah? Yeah. Well, somewhat nerve-wracking to begin with, because it's the biggest project a year one's ever done, and not much time to do it, but today's gone really well, really smooth, and Charlie's on top of the ball, you know, he knows what he's doing. Got a nice one shot running into this building here. I think we're in a good place, ready for tomorrow. So
thank you.
That's it for today, mate.
He is a pretty good leader. I mean, you know, seeing the actor be so good was very calming, obviously. But having somebody there who just kind of knew what he was doing, even though he probably didn't feel like he did, it was great. I mean, he is very easy to follow. So as much as the mood initially, for me at least, was quite nervous, it didn't last long, and the next days were much easier. You know, tensions weren't gone, but they were eased pretty quickly for me.
And that was it for the stuff at college. Most of the crew went home. Me and Sage went to my house, which was Erin's parents' house in the film, and Joe and Julie, who play her parents, came, and we did the inserts with Erin from the end of the film. And we also recorded, there's a scene where Erin FaceTimes her parents, and what we did was set up a laptop with a webcam and recorded Erin's parents on the end of the FaceTime call. And then a couple of days later, when we filmed Erin's end of the FaceTime call, we played that video on the laptop as if they're speaking in real time to each other. I don't have any behind the scenes footage of it because nothing much was happening, so there's no recording of that, but just a short couple of inserts on that day, and then we'd completely wrapped by about 5 o'clock.
And the dead, they don't stop speaking if you